Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Supergirl and a CW character that's going to be returning very soon. And also we have a new comic book TV show from one of the creators of the Arrowverse. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. So, as you guys know, the Arrowverse has been done for quite a while now, technically since the end of The Flash, but Superman and Lois ended at the end of last year. So since then we haven't had much. Obviously some of the actors like Grant Gustin have been going around to different Comic Cons around the world. He was recently in Dubai with like Andrew Garfield. He was also at Liverpool Comic Con the other day. I was actually there, got to meet him. That was such a good experience. But that's just to say, yes, people are still going out there, meeting fans, all these Arrowverse actors. So the Arrowverse lives on through the fans. But one big character that was very, very popular during Supergirl's run was actually Lena Luthor. So as you guys know, Lena was a character in the comics, but in the comics, she is traditionally the daughter of Lex Luthor rather than being the sibling of Lex Luthor, like Katie McGrath's version of the character was in the Supergirl TV show on the CW. So we've got some news in regards to Supergirl and Lena Luthor that we need to break down, because this article from comicbook.com breaks it down. It's titled DC's upcoming Supergirl comic will make Arrowverse fans very happy. So this is the first topic we're going to break down, and then we'll go on to the new comic book show by one of the Arrowverse creators. So let's read this article and break it down bit by bit. So it's a great time to be a Supergirl fan. When James Gunn announced the DCU, Supergirl was a part of it, and Gunn revealed that Supergirl would take inspiration from the modern classic Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book series. That series reignited interest in Supergirl in the comics, and she's since been a part of the cast of Action Comics and Power Girl recently, as well as appearing in a one-shot Supergirl comic. So DC has announced a new series recently that is all to do with Supergirl to coincide with Gunn's Superman, from writer/artist Sophie Campbell, ready to take advantage of Supermania this summer, because Superman's coming out in July. It's going to be crazy, everyone's going to be talking about it, so why not capitalize on it in the comics as well. So Campbell has talked about the series a lot, and in a recent League of Comics Ask Me Anything, she revealed that one of the most important relationships in the new Supergirl book will be the one between Supergirl and Lena Luthor, something that was very important in the Arrowverse, specifically the CW Supergirl live action series, and it's news that will make fans of Lena and Kara very happy. So obviously the fandom was very split on Lena. There was a side, the Supercorp side of the fandom, that absolutely loved Lena during Supergirl. Some people weren't such a big fan. It was quite a divisive character. But for the fans of Supergirl and Lena, this is great news, because this is almost a continuation, and you'll see why in just a minute. So when a fan asked about Campbell's inspiration for the comics version of Lena Luthor in the upcoming series, Campbell confirmed that she was a fan of actor Katie McGrath's portrayal of Lena Luthor in Supergirl, and while there are some differences overall, there is a strong influence in the relationship between Kara and Lena. So that's pretty big news, and I feel like it's nice to hear someone actually confirming, yes, I've watched this TV show before, yes, I saw the actor's portrayal, and I really liked it, and I would like to use that as some sort of influence in my version of these characters, because I find it really annoying when actors or directors are like, I didn't want to watch that past version of this character because I didn't want it to influence me. I think if you're an actor or a director or a writer or something like that, you should always look at the past versions, because inspiration can do you no harm. Like, you can be similar and that's okay. You don't need to be completely separate. You don't need to pretend you've never seen Superman before or pretend you've never seen the Supergirl TV show if you actually have, because I feel like they try and just say, alright, this is just my performance, this is what I was doing. Or if you're a writer, say like this comic book writer, you're like, I've never read that before, I've never watched that before, why would that be an influence? Like, I'm just making my own thing. And I kind of get annoyed by that, because I feel like, yeah, influences are good, and why not shout it out when you're actually being influenced by something? So I like what Campbell is doing here and the fact that she's been honest. And she says this, and I quote, "I also love Katie McGrath's Lena. She is the best. The character in the comics is Lex Luthor's daughter rather than sister though. So our Lena is a little bit different. She's younger and less put together than the CW Lena, who was obviously very well put together. She was leading the company, obviously in the absence of Lex. And I'm definitely aiming for a strong friendship between she and Kara in any case." So basically what she's saying, her personality is going to be a bit different because she is less put together, she is younger, she's probably going to be more brash, she's going to be less composed like Lena was in the show. Obviously she did make quite a lot of like rash decisions, as seen by like Nonna Cherry in Supergirl. But she's always had that dark side to her, but at the same time the friendship between Kara and Lena was very vital for quite a lot of seasons, because Lena wasn't introduced straight away, but she became a big character when she was introduced in a later season. And I think the main inspiration here is going to be that bond between Kara and Lena when they were obviously on good terms in the Supergirl show, because a lot of the times they weren't on good terms. They were always fighting against each other or having beef. So I think taking inspiration from Katie McGrath's Lena is very, very good to hear. And as we've said before, much of Supergirl's popularity has come from the CW series. Melissa Benoist redefined what it is to be Supergirl, and people now see Supergirl as a big character rather than just like the cousin of Superman. She is her own hero, and she's getting her own projects right now. Like, they're doing a Supergirl film right now, they're filming it. That is obviously super exciting. She was also included in the Flash film. Yes, the film didn't do well, but Supergirl was the best part of that Flash film, and the only reason she is in that Flash film is because of that relationship between Grant and Melissa on the CW. So really the Arrowverse had such a big effect, and we're seeing that ripple effect in films, obviously with Supergirl, but also seeing it in the comics as well. And also if you look at the design of Supergirl, she pretty much always looks like Melissa in some way or another. So let's move on to our second main topic. This is all to do with an Arrowverse creator who is teaming with a Watchmen TV writer to adapt one of a Cinema Blend writer's favorite comic books. And so I'll leave the link in the description below to both of these articles so you can go check them out. But this is what the article has to say. One of the most prolific TV producers of the last 25 years, Greg Berlanti almost single-handedly kept the CW afloat as a co-creator, or basically as the architect, of DC's expansive and interconnected Arrowverse and its many superhero dramas, and he's also helped usher in many other brainy comic book series such as Doom Patrol, Sabrina, Titans, Dead Boy Detectives, and plenty of other shows as well. And now he's set to tackle one of their favorite, and this is obviously the writer here talking, comic books of the 2020s at Amazon. So he is teaming with a writer from the Emmy-winning Watchmen for it. So Berlanti has now 3 different TV projects all going forward at the same time, as another one of his co-developed series, Netflix's You, just recently finished with the 5th and final season. Maybe some of you guys have watched that show, it's very popular right now. But the one I'm most excited about and most interested about is this latest comic adaptation, the horror thriller Stillwater, which he'll be bringing to live action alongside Watchmen's Carly Ray, who has previously wrote TV for Mad Men and Westworld. So what is Stillwater? What is this comic book show that this writer is going on about? Probably most of you guys don't know it. I don't really know it myself, but it is a Image Comics series which debuted in September 2020, so in the middle of the pandemic, and I don't think it got a lot of attention, but it did have its big fans. So the town of Stillwater is quite special to those who inhabit it, and I'm reading off the article here. It isn't exactly easy to stumble across for anyone who isn't looking for it. For those who die within the town, boundaries do not stay dead, no matter what manner of execution they face. This isn't a zombie tale, however, as the residents come back the same as they were before, without any feral brain-seeking behavior on display. When ex-con Daniel West suddenly shows up in town, it's discovered he has a long history with some of its citizens whose good, bad, and ugly sides come out in full. Some are aiming to maintain the seemingly supernatural effects keeping everyone immortal, while others seek to better understand and reverse that distinction. It's a solid premise, while genre tethered and supernatural in ways, is very much a character-driven story that hinges largely on a melting pot of Stillwater's undying population. So Berlanti and Ray may not be known for crafting super gory content, but this will be a perfect project for them to go down that route. So Berlanti and Ray have penned the script for the Stillwater pilot, obviously adapting it from the comic book, and it's going to be coming to Prime Video sometime soon. So that's some exciting news. I mean, this show sounds really interesting. As a horror fan myself, as a comic book reader, I think this has all the ingredients to be a great show. But at the end of the day, it's really going to be judged on like how many people watch it on Amazon when it actually comes out, because some shows do really good there, some don't do as well. But in Greg Berlanti we trust, and I'm sure they're going to make a great show. So let me know down in the comments below, are you looking forward to this? Is this the first time you've heard of this comic book series? And do you think the premise sounds interesting? Because I definitely do. And let me know, what do you think about Lena Luthor being a huge part of this new Supergirl comic book series and taking influence from the CW's Supergirl? So that does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would help this video get out there. And also subscribe and turn on notifications to not miss any future videos. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.